This is Kat,
And this is Saskia,
and this is Note to Self.
your weekly dose of everything that's just simply too long to text.
All right.
Let's get going. We're in the lab, baby.
What the fuck was that?
So before I got here, I was on the phone to my cousin, and he was like, I was chatting to him about on the way to film the podcast, and he said, getting in the lab. And then he brought up getting in the lab multiple times. He also said that his work today was in the lab. He's not a scientist, by the way. So the lab is now my new thing. I don't hate it.
I don't understand what it means.
Like, we're in the lab, we're cooking, we're like recording, we're trying out new material.
Wouldn't that just be like, wait, in the kitchen if we're cooking?
No, we're in the lab.
I
like it. I'm here for it.
I have too much brain fog for me to understand what the hell is going on.
Wait, do you at work ever use the term, I think this is more of a tech term, which I work in the crypto space, so it's a lot of developers, and they'll be like, oh, what's cooking? Like, what are you building? What are you coding?
Yeah.
I think it's a tech thing.
That's been around for a while.
Oh, has it?
Yes, but going to the lab, it doesn't apply to us. It doesn't apply. I don't understand. It doesn't apply.
We're in the lab, baby. We're trying new material today. Let us know, putting a little bit of this in, a little bit of that in. We'll see how it works out. Chemistry. We have chemistry, though, so we're good.
Oh, my God. Why did I agree to a midweek podcast recording? Don't.
Yeah, we're doing a midweek instead of end of week. We're trying to figure out when we have more energy. Clearly, I have more energy today.
Yes. I also love that for the past week. I was like, no, this is just allergies. It's like hay fever. And then I was like, no, my bad.
It's continued. Hey, it's kind of smoky here today because there's Canadian wildfires. So, you could blame that. We still have a reason. Wait,
we're in the lab, baby.
Speaking of allergies, my neighbor said the funniest thing 2 days ago. I was not there, but I heard this and proceeded to laugh a lot. Jeffrey was speaking to him, and they were outside. Maybe it was actually a few weeks ago, because it's when allergies are really bad. And he goes, yeah, I used to be able to drink 10 beers. Now I stand next to a sunflower, and I can't get through the day.
Oh, right. Oh, my God.
It was meant to have a better reaction, but it fucking killed me.
That is funny. That is funny.
It's so good. It's so good.
I'm laughing a lot.
Okay. Note to self, don't retell jokes on the podcast. I'm notoriously bad at telling jokes, though.
No, sometimes you're very good at it, but other times you're like...
And then I
land
also
a plane.
Can't remember the punchline a lot of the times.
No.
Yeah, it's not great.
But honestly, kudos for trying.
When I get the wins, I get the wins. It's like I either bring it home or I don't at all. I'm either landing the plane, I'm either successful in the lab or I'm not successful.
We're not incorporating going to the lab. No.
We are incorporating going to the lab. Okay, I heard you correctly. Great.
We're not doing it. But speaking of the lab.
oh, great segue.
Did you Shazam something? That was your homework assignment.
I did, actually. So I went to my coffee shop this week, and look, I didn't even need to just...
Oh, my God.
So I still can't say it. I also went out over the weekend and told people that I was doing this and proceeded not to be able to say Shazam multiple times.
There we go. You just said it.
Shazam. I don't know. I think I'm getting a bit confused with what it looks, how it's said. Anyways, I was in the coffee shop. It was early, which was a weird time.
Was it a pre-work hang?
Absolutely not. It was I've run out of coffee in my house and need to go get one. And it was too early. It was too early to do it. It felt uncomfortable. The song was pretty quiet. I put it up. And also, it's like you almost have to over-justify it. It's like, this song's great. Like, you have to act it out. Like, anyone else?
See, it is
you become a mime. I'm a mime in that moment.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, no. I mean, I had a feeling it would be, especially for someone like me and you who have constant anxiety. For someone like Jeffrey who doesn't have anxiety, that man does not give a fuck. That's why he's Shazam.
Oh my God.
All the time.
That's why he's Shazam.
That's why he's doing it all the time. But absolutely not would I be doing that. Also, to be fair, there's not a song I love that much that I couldn't not find afterwards.
But it's also about remembering a song, like for later.
True. I mean, that's the thing is when I'm searching for it, and I'm notoriously bad with lyrics, I'm typing in the randomest lyrics, and I usually can't find the song. So to be fair, I don't have a lot of success in that area.
Shazam, baby.
Yeah, probably would be good for me.
I know. We were talking with Jeffrey over the weekend about Shazam, and he had no, like, there was no understanding of, like, the humiliation.
No. No. He's like, what? What? Is that white male privilege? Is it? I wonder.
I don't think not feeling ashamed to Shazam a song is white male privilege. But
hey, I'm on the train where everything is right now.
Hey.
I'm going in hard at the moment.
Get in that lab, baby.
Dude, I've been so on that train hardcore with my therapist that I'm just mad at a lot of men right now, I'd say. We're going through a moment of looking back on life and accepting some of the things that happened to me and just going in the opposite direction of pure hate.
You know what? That's okay.
So the last season of Handmaid's Tale has been great for me. The women are nailing it. It's been so entertaining. I will not spoil it.
Anything.
Well, you've watched the seasons from a few seasons ago, right? How far behind are you?
No, I'm almost caught up. But
okay, great. Well, I won't ruin it then. But man, seeing women win, I've cried quite a few times in this show. I cried in my therapy session, crying about how amazing this show is and how wonderful it is to see women coming together.
To be a fly on the wall, there have been so many times. First of all, I'm glad you feel safe in that environment to do so. The amount of times...
You don't feel safe with your therapist?
No, but I just don't really cry.
Oh, true.
But the amount of times that you've said to me, like, I cried in therapy because of a TV show.
I also cried because of Sex and the City.
Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of. I want to be a fly on the wall in one of your therapy sessions where you probably just spend... You know what? You talk about Love Island with your therapist instead of on here. Nope.
Oh, I haven't yet, but it's one of my topics for today. Get ready, guys.
You sent me the most unhinged shit last night, and I was like, I'm not watching this for sound.
So, Love Island started last night. This will be coming out in a few weeks because we record ahead. So now we'll be a few weeks in. Who knows what could have happened? It's gonna be fucking crazy. So
it's fucking crazy, man.
It was meant to come out last night at 9 p.m. I'm ready. I'm on the couch. I've showered. Jeffrey's away. This is my night.
That's past your bedtime.
I've got my dried apricots because that's my little treat at nighttime. I know I'm a psycho. It's absurd. Anyways, moving on.
The flailing phalanges while you're telling this story really adds to impact.
I'm so ready. This is it. And I go to put it on, and I'm taking a video to send you, and I'm like, Love Island. Like, I got a text. I'm like, we're here. Yeah. And then I realize the beginning part is an ad. So I get excited and then I have to stop record. And then I start again and it's actually the wrong season. And I'm like, I'm 10 minutes in and go, weird they keep showing the old cast. And then realized it was season 6. So I'm like, where's season 7? So I then go on a deep Reddit thread to try and figure out what is going on, why it hasn't come out. And then I go to Twitter, which I don't use, to the Peacock account. And Peacock is posted saying it's delayed. So I sat there for 20 minutes, read all the comments of everyone freaking out. I was like, this is my community. I'm with you people. Like, where is Love Island? And then it started, and it was an hour and a half first episode. Actually, I think it might have been nearly 2 hours. I was up way later than expected. And man, did it have everything. One of the characters or people had a belly button ring with a chain.
Oh,
like,
God.
That's my girl.
Oh, God. Okay, I love you so much. I can't tell you how uninterested I am in hearing about Love Island. And I say that with so much respect and love. I
need to do a spin-off. And it's just a Love Island podcast. It's just me talking.
I know. You said that last week. You're like, it's just going to be me. And I'm like...
I'll do one episode a week for our Love Island fans.
No.
Okay, I won't.
No.
I promise.
And I love you so much. If I hear the words Love Island.
But sometimes there'll be things I'm going to need to bring up.
Yes.
If it's relevant.
Yes.
Which I have to say, this cast is giving good vibes, so I think it's going to be a great season, baby. Summer's here.
What did I do to deserve this?
It is hysterical, though. I was laughing at myself by how excited I get. So Jeffrey was on the plane coming back from San Francisco. He was there for work.
Right.
And he was texting me. He's watching The Brutalist. And he was like, man, I'm an hour into this. It's amazing. It's art. the cast is incredible. And I go, yeah, I'm an hour into Love Island. It's amazing. It's art. The cast is incredible.
If I were listening to this, I would throw my fucking phone across the room. No, I wouldn't.
No, but we know it's a diversity. You want a girl that can do both.
You love love.
And you want a girl that can do both. A girl that can watch The Brutalist and love it, which I know I can do. And one that can also watch Love Island and love it. You gotta have both, my friend. Wait, coming back to therapy.
Okay. Holy shit.
I did have
the whiplash.
a question for you. Do you ever have those sessions in therapy where you're talking and you're thinking to yourself, man, I'm pretty good at this?
Yes. Yesterday, I got praise from my therapist of like how well I did with an exercise, and I was like,
A plus. So what would you rate my therapy session today?
I really sometimes when I make him laugh.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Oh, that's so you.
Mm-hmm.
See, mine was when they're asking you something about a behavior that you're kind of analyzing. I feel like mine yesterday, I dived a ton into relationships and how I feel like as a society in pop culture, we've been pushed this idea of relationships, which to be honest, I think is more lust-based than love-based. Because love takes a lot of growth and it takes a lot of work, I'm realizing. Whew, we could spend a lot of time on that.
Are you talking about, I just want to be very clear, are you talking about the relationships on Love Island?
No.
Like,
no, we're done. No, pop culture, like generally like film and television. I think a lot of the idealized versions of in relationships is more these lust relationships. And what was interesting, so I'm going into all of this and I'm saying this to my therapist in my head. I'm like, I'm bloody killing this. I'm so smart. I should have a podcast.
Were you pitching the podcast to her? Like, by the way.
She knows all about it. She's very supportive. Thank you. But it did, spurring on from that is I then watched this video with Jay Shetty, and he said something really interesting where he says you have 3 loves in your life, and or maybe not 3 loves, but there's 3 different kind of relationships you go through. One is the firework, and it's big and it's loud, but it usually will fade. Then there's the candle, which is like a slower, quieter love. It has a longer shelf life. But eventually you might leave it as it doesn't have the spark like the firework has. And then there's the mirror, which shows all of your flaws and your imperfections and who you are. And that's probably the hardest one to stay in because you often don't like what you see. And that involves a lot of self-work. But what I think is interesting from those 3 is I feel like pop culture always shows the firework.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Every single fucking scene in movies and TVs of relationships is just this like intensity. And I think I mistook that for what a relationship really is.
Yes, you have mentioned this about your expectations of like a fairy tale.
For sure. And I also don't think it helps that people don't talk about how hard relationships are.
Yeah, they're fucking hard. They should be constructively challenging. That's what I'm like.
For sure. Putting lip gloss on right now. Interesting choice. We've spoken about this before, is I feel like some people in my life are more open about the hardships in their relationships whilst others aren't. And the ones who've been able to share that with me have helped me a lot because Jeffrey and I are going through a really hard period right now. We're fighting a lot. And I think our therapist has said you're going through like the stormy period, which a lot of relationships, she said every relationship, actually goes through this. And at this stage, this is often when people break up unless they decide to work through it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's difficult. All your differences are coming up, and I'm asking myself these like deep questions on values and what we want to compromise on. But it is exhausting when you're fighting all the time, and it makes you think that it's not normal. But I'm starting to realize that every single person in my life that once I share this are telling me that they're going through the same thing.
Yeah, nothing's linear. But I like that she called it the stormy period.
Yeah, and
it'll pass.
Her opinion, exactly, and that was her thought process is like the couples that decide to work through it come out the other side stronger than ever, or you come out the other side and realize that's not the right person for you.
Yeah.
But I think all of this was just in my head from therapy and has been something I've been wanting to share as to I think we need to normalize sharing the nuances of relationships.
Yeah.
Because I bet you Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet are also fighting.
What a pivot. I also am very aware that you are having a serious conversation with me and I have a vibrator on my t-shirt.
Hey, it wouldn't
I
be
was
on
like-
brand if you didn't. I have Carrie Bradshaw on my shirt, so here we are.
She does look quite somber.
She's going through her own relationship stuff in this scene. What a tie-in. This is the scene where she says, some women aren't meant to be tamed. Maybe some need to run free until they find someone just as wild to run with. We'll never forget it. Tattoo, run free for this scene.
There is so much going on right now. There is so much going on.
I've come in real hot today.
Real hot. Real hot.
So what's going on with you?
Holy shit. I'm like, my brain fog right now. I'm like, but it is true. It is true. Like, you just have to weather the storm and come out the other side. Wait, but you and Jeffrey do couples therapy.
Yeah.
I support that.
We've done it since we met. I had said that I knew that my next relationship, which for our audience members that don't know me super well, I had been single for 10 years prior to meeting Jeffrey.
You did mention that last week.
Okay, I did. Yeah. So short-term things here and there, but honestly, I don't think I've really reflected on now had been in like a proper adult relationship until him. So I knew that whatever was next, I wanted to start couples therapy very early. So we started a month into dating.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I think, it's helpful in the same vein. It brings up stuff that I think you wouldn't naturally be bringing up maybe. But then I also think that comes with age. I feel like you've shared this before. Is like as you've gotten older and when you meet people when you're older, there's more there.
There's more baggage.
There's more baggage. There's more to lose. There's more intensity.
Yeah, and then I realized how absolutely batshit crazy I am.
Yeah. Kat and I were sharing how a few weeks ago we both broke up with our boyfriends in one day, packed up their stuff, and then 2 hours later decided that it was all good.
We're not going to go into that. We're not going to go into that.
But you know, we're all doing shit, you know?
Everyone is doing everything, but I truly, couples therapy I think is like an incredibly productive use of time.
Yeah.
But you have to have a therapist and we said this a few weeks ago, you have to have a therapist who calls you out on your shit.
Yeah, and I mean, I think, at least in my experience, I think actually that isn't sometimes what I've gone through, but more the therapist has created space for two people when you're in a couple.
Yeah,
because
good point.
I've heard some friends that go to couples therapy and the one partner feels like the therapist likes them more.
Yeah.
So it's a very hard skill to give equal time to both those people. And I've always felt like our therapist has done that in a really interesting way. I've never felt where I've had more time or Jeffrey has had more time, and he feels the same way. And I just think, man, that's just such a hard skill to do. Because I think naturally I would gravitate towards one person.
I would be such an asshole if I were first of all, a therapist or a couples therapist. I'd be like, shut up. But I wouldn't have the tolerance.
No,
Especially if
absolutely
someone
not.
is coming, like, sometimes I think that my therapist wants to just shake me. Because imagine coming in every week complaining about the same shit and then, like, not doing anything about it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You have to have a lot of patience.
Yeah.
I feel like you've had so much growth, though. But I'm just biased. No, you have. Own it. But yeah, I totally think it's like incremental growth, right?
Yeah, but also I couldn't be a couples therapist. I would, naturally, I think I would gravitate to, obviously, the woman, if it were
Same.
like that type of couple. But I also don't like people, and I don't have a lot of patience. So that's also why
Two things
I
you
probably,
kind of need. Yeah, you probably
Yeah.
would like people if you were to do it.
Yeah.
I would say so.
And I would just hate them more.
True. But as in, hate people more.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. See, I wonder if it would do the opposite effect. You'd be like, everybody has their problems.
No. Also, what would I do if I didn't have something to complain about?
I feel like you go into your session and it would just, you'd be like, what the fuck? What are you doing here? You get over yourself. You do that. You'd be so brutal with them. Probably would work. You'd probably be a great therapist.
Everyone just leaves crying. Michael, sorry.
It'd be like BDSM for therapy.
5 stars on Yelp, please.
If you want to come to therapy and just get totally destroyed verbally, please come see me.
Listen, I say wounds heal, words hurt.
I've never heard you say that,
Oh, really?
but I like that. Wounds heal, words hurt.
People don't forget.
Words do hurt, man.
Yeah.
You've been brutal before.
I know. I'm such an
Not to
asshole.
me, though.
You're like, please, please, don't, please. Anyway, pivoting from therapy talk.
Mm-hmm.
So in the new neighborhood where we are moving to, and this is so rogue, but it's been like infiltrating my dreams.
Okay.
Where we have moved to, outside of a dry cleaner store, there is always a group of people who have bunnies on leashes.
What? Bunnies?
Yes.
Are they there
Like
every day?
rabbits. I mean, I don't walk past every day, but every time I do, they are there.
What?
And they are big, big ass rabbits.
So they have to be rabbits then. I don't think bunnies can get this big. Bunnies and rabbits are two different things.
Rabbits. So they are rabbits, bunny rabbits.
But are bunnies and rabbits the same thing?
I don't
They're
know.
different animals.
But one of them looks exactly like the rabbit that I had when I was younger.
You had a rabbit?
Yeah. Her name was Lila.
Lila.
And this one looks exactly like Lila. Do you know what the most fucked up thing is? So Lila passed away, unfortunately, while I was in school camp.
I mean, I would say she'd probably die by now. I would
She's
be
not
floored
she's no
if she was
longer-
alive.
She's no longer with us. But my parents, so I got back from school camp and they're like, we need to take you to the vet. Lila has passed away. They made me hold my dead rabbit.
What?
Isn't that?
What did you have to do? Say goodbye to it or something?
Yeah, I think they thought it was, I think they got guidance from the vet as like, I don't know what the rationale was, but they were like, here you go. And I just
You held
my
it? It wasn't
dead
even
rabbit.
It was on the table. Bye, Lila. You had to just be like,
she was already
cool.
dead. She was already.
That is so weird.
Isn't it weird? And so I was like walking past these rabbits, and it's just so funny. I should probably bring this up with my therapist. But isn't it funny how something so minuscule can like elicit like
such a response?
Something from an archive that you had totally forgotten about. I had totally forgotten that I held my
Your what?
my fucking parents made me. No, I love you guys. Made me hold my dead rabbit.
That's so intense.
Isn't
I feel like
it?
I would
It's
have been
weird.
scarred. It would have been different if the rabbit was on the table with. This is like I'm envisioning when you go to see a dead body, it's the sheet over it, and you come in to like identify the
Oh my
rabbit.
God.
Yes, that's Lila.
It's got a tag on its foot. Her foot.
That's
Yes,
also
that
more
is.
unhinged.
Just like closing the eyes, putting the sheet back over. I'm like, thank you.
Actually, I do think that would be better than holding her.
It was limp. I keep saying
she must
it.
have been heavy.
No, she was tiny.
Oh, but don't dead bodies get heavier once they're dead?
Yeah, I've never held a dead body.
I learned this just from crime shows.
SVU.
You learn it, in crime shows when they're always trying to dispose of a body and they're trying to like pull the body and it's really heavy. Apparently, they get heavier after they die. This is dark. Moving on. We won't go there.
I don't want to think about a dead body. I already have to think about a dead rabbit.
I was going to say, can you pet the rabbits?
I don't want to.
Oh, it could be a healing moment for you and Lila.
They're really big.
Yeah. Are
They're
they
really-
feeding them? Like, is there like carrots and lettuce on the ground?
You know, I have not. Honestly, I'm trying to think of this. I'm like, the next time I pass these big ass rabbits,
Take a picture. Post it on the gram. Everyone wants to see, I feel like. Actually, I do really want to see them.
the like big white one has like the reddest eyes.
Oh, I don't like the white ones. They freak me out. Their red eyes are weird.
Yes.
So Queensland, the state that I grew up in Australia, has banned rabbits. We weren't allowed to have rabbits. That's the movie Rabbit Proof Fence?
Yes.
I don't remember why. I do remember.
Is it because they fuck a lot?
Yeah, Queensland was like, no sex here. Would be on brand.
Don't yuck our yum, Queensland.
No, I think it had to do with the rabbits were eating all of the natural wildlife. So that's when they built that massive fence, and it's something like a $20,000 fine if you're caught with a rabbit.
What?
It's wild. So our friend who had a rabbit, who also lived in Queensland, snuck it over the border.
Wait.
We were never allowed to have rabbits.
Okay, once again, Australia and its intense rules and rule following.
I don't get when the rest of the country has rabbits, how one state not having them is going to make much of a difference.
I have so many clarifying questions. So, as I readjust my posture.
You didn't know this?
No, but first of all, a $20,000 fine is fucking insane.
It is something wild like
That's
that.
insane.
We'd have to fact check it, but I remember it being something crazy.
Honestly, I believe you because you were actually correct about the rat birth control. So,
I know. I told you.
Yeah.
Told everyone.
But then your
believe me.
friend smuggled from...
New South Wales, which is the state that borders Queensland, and she got a rabbit at a gas station.
What?
I don't remember this. Have you heard this story? So she was coming back from Queensland and she went into the gas station to, I don't know, get something. They were filling up the car. And she comes back and she's holding a box. And her partner was like, "What is that?" She says, "I got a rabbit. Her name's Tiffany."
Tiffany for... Oh, there's so many things that I need to know right now.
And she had this rabbit for ages. She is no longer with us. Sadly, Tiffany has also passed away.
Did someone hold Tiffany's dead limp?
Yeah, I
paw?
don't know. We'll have to check in with her. Is this like a rabbit thing that they do when they die? You must hold it once it's dead.
Oh, God.
So weird. No, so definitely not allowed to have them though.
Still?
Yeah, still a rule.
What?
So that's why I think rabbits are so cute, because I never got to really see them growing up. So whenever I see rabbits, I get very excited.
Holy shit. I just went on a roller coaster. That story took so many turns. And I just don't... This is the thing with Saskia, is that you are more than an onion. So sometimes I'll start talking about a topic, and Saskia will go on this unhinged journey about something that she has experienced. I'm like, whoa. Like the time I found out that you were a trained opera singer.
Oh, yeah.
Mind blowing. I was like...
I still like to throw that down to people. I studied, I don't know if that's the word, classical singing from aged 14 up until my early 20s, and competed in Australia. It was just like the Townsville, competitions
we
or
need
whatever.
to pull up that clip. There's
no clips anywhere, I don't think, because it
I'll
wasn't
ask
really
Meredith.
recorded. But I was doing opera for a while when I got older, because the kind of natural progression in classical is to opera. Every now and then, Jeffrey still has not even heard me sing opera, but I'll belt out a little tune. He's like, "What?" But I do miss it. I picked up singing again a few years ago when I was in New York right before COVID. My lungs,
right.
it is so hard when I haven't done it in so long. I was getting head spins in the lessons, because
I believe that.
the lung capacity it takes is astonishing.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah. Do you have any hidden talents?
No.
Oh. I feel like
No,
you do.
I don't. Have you seen me try to walk in a straight line?
Yeah, I'm bad at that too. It's really hard.
My hidden talent is to I'm like Mr. Magoo.
I feel like your hidden talent is roasting people.
I don't think it's hidden.
Yeah, true. Everyone knows it. Kat and I had an idea that we'd sit in Washington Square Park, and it'd be we'd have a little sign, so $5 to get roasted or something, and they'd have to come up, and Kat would just tear them apart.
For context, Washington Square Park is a park in New York.
It's an iconic park in New York. It's in West Village, and it's always been the artist park. It's always filled with performers.
It is a fever dream.
It's
if you walk
amazing.
In, it's great, but it is
a lot.
so overwhelming.
It's a lot going on.
There's someone on a unicycle, and then someone selling ecstasy, and then spiked punch, and then someone is doing somersaults.
There is one portion where there's a lot of homeless people too. Just one corner.
In the corner, one of the corners.
It's very weird.
Honestly,
there's a lot going on.
I
also love when they'll pull out a grand piano every now and then, and it's at the western side of the park, and it's under all these trees, and you can lie under the grand piano and you hear the music around you as someone plays. It's someone who brings the piano out. Have you ever seen that? It's one of my favorite things to do when they're there. They're there a lot in the summer, and you can just sit and listen to the music, and it's under all these beautiful trees. Oh, it's such a beautiful park.
I feel like when I'm there, I'm dodging people on scooters.
That would seem on brand for you.
Yeah.
I'm at the grand piano having a lovely old time lying under the piano.
Was that a little belt?
No,
tune?
not really.
A little?
Oh, maybe without not even realizing.
You like quote yourself as you were doing. I'm going to get you to perform for me. Okay, you know what we should do? I think this will actually make you feel comfortable.
Okay.
I think that you should, release your inner child. And then, when you were a kid, you would put on a performance for your family or loved ones.
Yeah.
So I think that you should put on a performance for me and Jeffrey. We'll sit on the couch.
Just the two of
Just
you.
the two. Mom and Dad. And then you come out. Showtime.
I mean, I've done it before, so.
And I think that will be an environment where you feel comfortable.
Okay, I'll do it for you guys at some stage.
I'm recording it.
No. Oh, no. Oh, fine.
Oh my God. Twist your. No.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I was such a little performer. Would you do that? I was always the one who would lead the family performances.
Well, that is the least surprising thing.
Okay, we're doing this is the song, these are the costumes. It was a lot.
Again, the least surprising thing.
What did you do?
I did put performances on for my family, but I think they were just weird.
Oh, I definitely had some weird ones.
Weird.
I remember one of my childhood friends, we would just do these, create these unhinged songs, and we would perform them for our parents, and they'd just be like,
Can you imagine? I'd be so pissed if I came back from work after a big day or a big week, and honestly, I would perform on a Friday. Can you imagine? I'd be pissed. God, my parents' patience have saints. Imagine working your ass off all week, and then you have your annoying offspring be like, can I throw you a performance? And they're like, Jesus,
great, another one,
and you're just like. And I think I would fuck up. And I'm like, let me start again. Close your eyes. I just spat everywhere. Good. And I'd be like, whoa, close your eyes. And I would leave the room and come back. And they were probably just like, wait, I just want to watch TV.
This was so, my sister Lily, I remember this one time, her and I both did a lot of acting, and she had prepared this monologue, and it was upcoming for this, I don't know, one of the Stedfords is what it's called. It's the regional competitions. And she was performing it for my cousin and I. We were such assholes. And I think we were just giggling and talking. And she comes out and she goes, I need absolute silence while I'm getting into character. She got so mad at us. We were like, no joke, had started to perform, ran back out. She was so dramatic. It was hysterical.
Do you think she learned that from you?
Oh, 100%. Her first monologue, I was doing my first monologue when, I don't know, I must have been pretty young. She was grade 1.
I remember my first monologue. Shit.
Mine was homework. Oh, homework. I hate you. You stink. How about we do a character reading right now? I'll read the rest of it.
Honestly, wait, how
I
long
wish I
was
could
it?
walk you away. No, I wish I could wash you away in the sink. No, it was, I don't know.
Oh, see, this is you telling a joke.
Wild how much I remember it. So Lily, I did this monologue. I'd been practicing it forever. I was grade 7, so she was year 1, or grade 1. What do they say in America?
I don't know.
It's the first grade. There we go.
First grade.
There
we go. Yeah.
And I remember after I'd performed it, it must have been a few weeks later, Lily pulled us all together, the family, and said, hey, I have a performance I want to do. We're like, okay. So we sit down, and she performs the whole monologue, the whole thing.
Your
she
one?
had been, watching me do it, learned it from watching me do it, and performed the entire thing word for word. She was 6 years old.
I mean, she's an incredibly talented and intelligent woman.
So talented. But it was astonishing. We all sat there with our mouths open. It's just little sisters, man. You realize they're always watching. She did say that her dream, she edits our podcast, and she said to me, she's like, it reminded me when I was young and all I wanted to do is sit in the room with you and your friends, and now I get to sit in the room with you and your friends.
Oh my God, that's really sweet.
Isn't it? It's so cute. We don't give our younger siblings enough credit. I mean, you have a twin.
I am the youngest
yeah,
sibling.
you are the youngest sibling. But we don't give them enough credit.
Thank you.
It is a hard one though when I think especially with sisters, the dynamic, there is that comparison that just naturally I think happens.
You mean comparison or competition?
I think the younger ones compare themselves to the older ones a lot.
Yeah.
I think when you're closer in age, probably competition. Lily and I were 7 years apart, so like the competition was never really there as much.
I always forget there's 7 years between you.
Yeah, I think we were closer for sure, but I do feel like I noticed a lot even without just being sisters, but always the younger siblings, when they start high school, they were often called, blah, blah, blah's younger sibling.
I know.
Saskia's younger sibling or whatever.
Oh, that's right. Oh
Your
my
identity
God.
is tied to your older sibling a lot. And that must be really difficult.
Thank you.
I'm here for you,
It's
babe.
really,
I mean,
really,
you had a twin.
really difficult.
Even more so.
Also, side note, it is so fucking hot today. It's like 28 degrees and we have lights on us right now. I'm sweating my fucking clit off right now.
It is really hot. I'm dying too.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sitting still, because if I don't move, then maybe there'll be less sweat. This is going to be the next few months of us in New York City. Ew, I don't like it. I don't like it. So what else has been going on? I have something that I have noticed that I was going to bring.
What?
And I'm keen to know if you've noticed it. So I feel like I've been seeing this a lot. I mean, it's like in the media, but also I even see it at work sometimes where people speak, but they're not actually saying anything. And they'll speak for a long time. And then by the end of it, your takeaways are absolutely nothing. And you're sitting there going, I've been listening to someone speak for now 15, 20 minutes. I actually don't know anything that they just said to me.
Yes.
My dad calls it a word salad, which I think is
that's
kind
good.
of brilliant, right?
Yeah, I've heard that's good.
I feel like this hasn't been like this forever though. It feels like it's everywhere right now.
So people speaking a lot but not saying a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, it drives me fucking nuts. That's why I'm like, land the plane.
It's really frustrating.
But this is the difference, like, and we've spoken about this, where people, like, are you talking at someone or are you talking with someone? Because people who talk at, I'm just like, what are you trying to say?
I also think it's a tactic that people use to take up space.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a way to act like you know the answer to everything without actually answering it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why so often you leave feeling extremely confused, because they talked a lot and you asked questions, but they actually didn't answer any of your questions.
I'm always confused.
It's
Even on a good day.
It's been frustrating though, because I've realized that in those moments you have to really be patient and take a lot of time to ask the clarifying questions, which is exhausting.
Yeah.
I think I just don't have a lot of patience also for just get to the fucking point. Get to the point. Let's figure out what we need to do here and move on. Why are we still here?
What is the call to action?
Exactly.
What is it?
And I've noticed, I think a lot of businesses run like that. I think it's this lofty kind of idea of what people want to do rather than actually the clear go forward plan.
Lofty
in a way.
waffles.
I mean, America loves it. America's built on vision. So it kind of makes sense. Think about it. Australia is not like that as much.
Well,
We're not, though.
No one can understand what the fuck we're saying.
That's true. But we are a country that, if you look at it historically, being built from convicts, it was never a vision. It was not a vision.
Our history is not good.
No, but no one's is. But
Not good.
America is a country of vision. It always has been. And I think that's why I notice it so much more here than in Australia. And I think that's also why Australians do really well here working, is because we're very, just get shit done.
Well, we're very direct.
Yeah. And I think that probably works well.
Speaking of direct, do you have a love or loathe for me?
Oh, I do.
Would you like my
actually.
direct?
I forgot.
Because we're going to end the potty.
I did get on a tangent. I was in a word salad, you could say. No, actually, I think I was pretty direct. Hold one moment, please, for the unveiling. Drum roll, please.
Oh my God. Why did I agree to this today?
Okay. All right, people. So I've got another Lover Loathe. It's been about 4 weeks. Oops.
Ooh.
Something's falling. So these are a new addition to the closet. I love them. So, Coach. Wait, no. You have to describe them.
Oh my God. These are... Fuck. I'm so angry. They're kitten... They're kitten heels with cherries on them with a buckle around the foot. I'm really bad at describing things. I really am.
No, you were good. They are cherry printed. And yeah, they have a buckle and they're kitten heels. And they're cute as fuck. I love them. They're perfect summer edition. They're fun. They're flirty. Jeffrey did describe them as suburban. Did not love that.
Oh, shit.
Did not love that.
Oh, shit, Jeffrey.
It was a strong description.
Is that because you broke up with him?
Yeah,
So he's
like,
calling you a suburban?
fuck you.
He knows how to get at
in
you.
the 10 minutes of our breakup.
Wait, okay, so I loathe these. Well, only because I think they suit you.
Yeah.
However, those types of shoes, you have to like, you just
They're very loud.
clip. Yes.
We know
we
I
don't
love
need-
a loud shoe, though.
We don't
Everyone
need any
needs
more
to know
loud.
I'm coming. I am coming.
I don't like that you're waving a cherry.
It's the way you
Coach
style
sandal.
them is the vision I'm going for. So, you know, we'll see. We'll style them this summer. I'll post it on the gram, and then we'll let people decide if it's cool or not. I'm very excited
Where did
about
you
them.
get them?
Coach.
But how did you find them?
I got targeted on Instagram.
Did you really?
Instagram knows me. They're like, these cherry printed shoes, she'll like them.
I would like to know how much those cherry kitten heels.
They actually were not expensive. I think they were like $150 or something. I know. I was kind of shocked. Coach is not that expensive, really. I think they've done a
You need
new
to get
line.
these. You need to get these.
Out of your vision? Okay. Let's put these away.
Honestly, give me 3 weeks. I'm like, honestly, they're kind of a
I was
kind of a
about to say,
vibe.
I'll be wearing them, and then Kat will think, actually, maybe I'll get a pair. They're kind of cute. The
Hit it.
amount of times I've put her, like, she's seen something in my closet, said, absolutely not, has put it on. Oh, actually,
I know.
I actually kind of like it.
I know. I'm like such an asshole. I'm like, I actually kind of like this. And then I'm like, Saskia, can you dress me today? Yeah, my little Polly Pocket dress. I am your Polly Pocket.
We love the Polly Pocket.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
leave that,
Okay.
and then we are going to leave people on that note.
On one final note, though.
Oh no.
Because I would be remiss not to bring this up, but in the recent Love Island episode, not only was there a belly button ring with a chain, they played a goddamn Charlie XCX song. Wow! The soundtrack was fucking fire.
I regret agreeing to do a midweek recording, and I am going to go and stare at a wall.
I'll blast the Charlie XCX song for you. It'd be
good.
great.
Okay, all right.
I know I wasn't allowed to bring her up anymore, but whatever, I don't care. It's summer, baby. Wednesday podcasts are fun.
I need you to do a lap around the
Yeah.
block. Okay, do a lap. If listeners still want to be with us next week, we welcome it. Farewell.